Hey guys, how you doing? Hello Jamie, I know you're there. What's up? Hey Mysterio 3D, how's it going, man? So I apologize for not being able to finish both of the props, the hammer and the batons, the other day during the live stream with Frankly Built. I realized that I just had to focus on one of the props, and since I didn't have my helping hands with me, they were upstairs, I just finished the hammer, which turned out incredible, and I took it to the city yesterday, and so many turning heads. It was funny to see all the kids and pretty much everyone. That thing is so loved that it was really hilarious to kind of see their reactions. And out in the sun, it really is blinding. So, hey Jamie, how you doing? So yeah, so basically, I'm going to be wiring both of the batons, hopefully in under 2 hours or 3. And yeah, I'm going to show you how it's done, everything, what you're going to need, typical mistakes that we can make. I've already started, and I'll show you what I've done. Hey, the Estrus Tube, how you doing, man? So, let me show you what I've done so far. So these are the batons. I actually finished weathering them. I've used oil paints, naphtha, which I taught back then during that live stream. I think it was the second one, or the third one. The third one, yeah. Taking some photos soon with your beautiful tiara. Oh, thank you so much. Ah, that's lovely to hear. I can't wait to see them. Yeah. I shipped. Oh, in fact, I have the other one right here. It's right here. Yeah, I'm gonna take some pictures and videos with all my props, including the tiara, hopefully this week, so I can upload a reel with all of them on there and see how much traction it gets. But yeah, so I used, apart from naphtha and oil paints, I used alcohol inks, which I have right here. It's just a summary. This is, I got this off Amazon. It's really simple to use. It's a bunch of inks, you know, all the main colors and stuff, right? So you can just shoot these through the airbrush as they come. They don't need any thinning down or anything. And that allows you to play with all sorts of effects. We did that to paint the slits, remember? These guys. Yeah, these guys, right? So it's the same thing, but what I did, I just took the black and the brown, mainly the black, and I sprayed it with the masking tools on. So I sprayed it over the grey areas, and then you can see it here. I mean, it's hard to see because it's very subtle, which I love. Maybe I can show you on this one. Yeah. So if you look closely, if you look right here, you can see that there are some kind of dots, some like bubbles, but they're like negative, you know, they're not painted. The rest is painted, and that is clean. And you do that. There's some more here. Yeah. Yep. You do that by spraying the alcohol inks and then flicking with a toothbrush some alcohol on there, and it will break up that and create that texture. And that is one of the most used techniques when painting any kind of rust effects in film. So just thought I would give you that, because we didn't have time to do that. We did the same thing with naphtha, but this is kind of a bit more clean. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hey Anton, how you doing? I'm gonna bring them to the premiere. In fact, I'm talking to the marketing team here to see if I can display all my props, but that'll be expensive for them. I'm not sure if that'll be worth it for me. It depends on how many tickets they give me, you know. But yeah, so these are the scattered about pieces of the Black Widow batons. I think, yeah, you go. There are some more rust effects there, right here, and there is a lot of different sheens going on, you know, and that's what we wanted. I also I also beat the crap out of some of the pieces. This one. I'm going to put the microphone on, by the way. But this, you see all the different chains? Because I figured that's what, you know, because this is the end of the baton, the top part, so that's what she used to hit people with, you know, mostly. So I figured I would do a little bit more weathering. And how I did those awesome metallic scratches and things was with alcohol too. That'll slowly break down the previous layers. So put the microphone on. Thank you, Jamie. So basically, you take a Q-tip like this one, and you dip it in alcohol. I've got alcohol here still, and you kind of start on the same area, just kind of like rubbing it like this, you know. So you do that, and over time it'll eat up that all those previous layers, and you get to that 2K over the lumiluster, and that preserves, of course, the metallic sheen. You know, so that's how you do it. So yeah, having said that, I'm going to show you everything I have right here. So we've got all the pieces. We have the batteries. These are, you can read it now maybe. There we go. These are CR123A batteries. They're 3 volts, and these are the ones that you need. I modeled the battery holder around these batteries. An Iron Man suit, yeah, I'd love to do that. What I don't want to do is sand. So yeah, because I hate sanding. It's like so much. It's the bane of my existence. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you. But yeah, so, and then what I have here is a negative. Thank you for the subscription. I have a negative black wire that goes, and it's soldered on the bottom, and this was by far the hardest thing to do. I had to scratch the hell out of this surface right here, so it would bite. This solder would bite into there, and this I scratched it as well with a file, and that was easy. So this is a JST connector with 3 pins. It's really small, and the way and the reason why I have this on here is because I want to be able to detach the battery completely, you know. So because it's just comfortable, you know. If I had a way to kind of fix this whole wire structure to the bottom of the handle, which I think that would be optimal, then we'd be able to detach the battery and have like a chargeable battery, and yeah, that would be cool. But for now, this is my solution. I can just, you know, because these are going to last longer, you know, because this is just a button that you're going to use. You're going to use this button, you know. So it's a momentary thing. It's like when you push, it turns the LEDs on, and when you let go, it turns them off. So you can just like do this and simulate like a taser or something like that. So you're not going to be using a lot of battery, you know, only for certain times, because you're not going to be pressing all the time. And I didn't use a switch because I thought, since these are tasers, that's how they would work, you know. So a bit more realism there. So yeah, this is a JST connected 3 pins. This is the male. They call the male and female, you know. When they came up with them, they gave them that names, you know, those names. Pretty much like a USB port, male and female. So these, you know, go together like this. So we're going to have to be soldering these 3 little pins. You see that? And one of these we're not going to use because it's just 2. Okay, this is normally used for like an extra wire, the data wire, which is normally green, and I used for the Stormbreaker. So you have a more thorough explanation there of the JST connectors. But after that, what I've done is I soldered to both of the corresponding legs of the or the female connector, I have soldered the negative and the positive lines, and therefore we can just detach these, right? So all this will go all the way up to the mandible where the LEDs are. And now I'm going to show you how the mandibles, which I have here, I've got an example with both of the LEDs on there already. Okay, so as you can see, I've also kind of weathered the top part, the pointy ends of the mandibles, so it looks like it's kind of hot. And right here, I have my LED, both of my LEDs connected in parallel. So parallel is just a way to wire different components. In this case, both the positive and the negative are together. So the inner legs here are the positive, and I bent them both to towards each other, and then I connected them with solder, right? I used my soldering iron, and I'm going to teach you how to do that and how to use it, precautions, all these things. And then these are the negative ones. As you can see, that's the black one, and I've just bridged them again, but because they're not long enough, I've used an extra piece of wire. So that's how you wire both of these. So these are connected in parallel. So this means that they're going to be lit up the same. They're both going to be very bright, but then they're going to consume more energy, right? If they were connected in series, they would be half as bright, which we don't want that, but they would consume the same amount of energy. Okay, it would be like one big LED, like we just divide it in two. But this is like two different LEDs, but they're using the same sort of source of energy. So it's twice the amount of battery that they need. Lighting up only when pressing makes so much sense. Love that. Yeah, it does. And I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So I'm gonna put these in here. It's kind of tricky, but in they go. Boom. All right. This can go up a bit further. There they go. There. So you see those little balls coming out of there. I can push this one in a bit further. Yeah, there we go. And now I'm going to connect these guys, which are connected to the battery that I just showed you. So I'm going to place the negative close to the negative here, kind of hold a bit of pressure like that, and then I'm going to touch that positive inside, right? So this should, if everything is wired correctly, and I've done it, there we go, hang on, maybe you can see it this way. Let me try to hold this. All right, they have to be touching well. All right, when we wire everything, when we use soldering iron, that's when we know that we're going to make a perfect connection. There we go. You see, that's kind of the action that you want to mimic, right? There we go. So as you can see, they light up pretty nicely, and what we want to do is also, in the dark, all this area is going to be lit up. So I'm going to place a little bit of hot glue, like mimicking like a little thread of like some kind of lighting there, like lightning, sorry, and that'll light up as well. I'll also make a little bridge here, so it's all crazy lit up, and it looks fantastic, So yeah, so what we have to do is repeat this on the other mandible, and also wire the buttons. So for the buttons, zoom out again. For the buttons, all right, on both of our square rods, which are, by the way, 46 centimeters long. All right, 45, 46. Thank you, Jamie. And they're square, and they're also hollow. right? As you can see there, they are, and they need to be hollow. This way we can put the all of the wires through these guys. So what I've done here is I have drilled a hole so our buttons, there you go, our buttons can go, and each of the legs can go inside, and we can wire the negative like so. Because if we stop the rod over here, because remember this goes inside like so. Alright, this is the handle, so this goes inside like so. Alright, and that's where, see the hole? That's where we put the button. So I did this so this rod could go even further down, so we have a bit more stability. Because if it's too high up, it's going to move a little bit more, even if we glue it, right? Even if we glued it, and even if we have all the rest of the pieces, I just want that extra. So if you guys don't have any tools to drill a hole here, or don't want to do that, you can of course stop the rod right there. There we go. So you can stop it there and place the button, and that'll go there, and that'll go there, right? Remember that you also have, you know, the rest of the pieces are going to help, you know, lock everything together. But I decided to do that because I think it makes a lot of sense, and I designed it, you know, with that purpose in my head. I'm glad you are covering this, even if I'm watching on my phone. Hey Kelly, how you doing? Yeah, I had to, you know, otherwise it's not a complete series of tutorials, because I promise you this as well. So let's get this done, right? So we have battery. I'm gonna wire this first, the JSC connector. This is solder, this is tin, you know, soldering wire. You can get this on Amazon. And this is a soldering iron. Alright, this gets really hot, like the tip, especially like 40 degrees, however you want to heat it up. Like this is set at, now it's set at 356, and it'll get hot as hell. So just be careful, and be careful where you put it. Normally you have like a soldering station to kind of place it in when you're not using it. But I'm just going to leave it like this, and no one's going to touch that. Okay. That, you know, that safety measures that I'm not fulfilling, you know, some of them, but I just don't have that. So I've always kind of left it, you know, safely right there, and I'm not going to touch it, you know. So, and these are called helping hands. This is just a pair of pins that you can hold things with. So it's really easy. Just put them here, and I'm just gonna make sure I know. In fact, I'm gonna connect it so I know exactly how or where I'm supposed to solder those pins. So right now we can see that the positive is this outer one, and the negative is the one next to it. So this one we're not going to use, so we can even clip it off, right? We don't need it. Just be careful we don't clip the other ones off. Just that outer one. Boom, right? Because we don't need it. So, you know, just clip it off. And now I'm gonna hold this like so. Just like that. And I'm going to take this guy, which is a piece of both black and red wires, and these are going to be the positive and the negative lines, and it's pretty long. So for now I'm just worried about soldering those right in there, and then we'll figure out, you know, the baton and the rest of the things. Okay. Because that it needs to be in this specific order. So just make sure you're following each steps carefully. So not like this, like that, right? So I'm going to start with tinning everything. Tinning means I'm going to put tin on all of these guys. So it's the connection is easier to make. Again, this is toxic, so I'm going to wear my respirator. And I have the fan on. So let's just steam these guys. And you'll see. So if you touch it, it'll get hot and then it will melt. Like so. And then you can put that there. And a little bit there. Also here. And also there. Okay. Now, before I forget, I'm going to show you one more thing that you have to have. And that is heat shrink. Heat shrink is a piece of, like a tube, like so. And this basically, you cut a little piece, and this is to cover the joint. So just a little piece. We're going to cut two, one for each line. And now look. I'm going to place each of these on each of the lines. Okay. And now, once I've soldered them, I can slide that over the joint and basically secure everything and make sure it's well sealed and that they're not going to touch, because they're covered. Pretty much like this, like what we did here. You see that? So it's like having an extra pair of hands. Comes in handy, kind of clean that. See, my shaky hands are not helping me today. Alright. Good. So there's one. I'm going to repeat it. I also have a pair of tweezers. That's it's better than hands when it comes to soldering. So yeah, that's better right there. I have a lot of tin. That's why. It takes some of it away. Because otherwise our heat shrink is not gonna fit. Alright. Come on. There we go. A little bit out. Again. Jesus. It's tricky. Just requires a bit of practice, and I'm rusty now. It's just been a while since I did the Stormbreaker. Alright, this is a lot of tin. We don't need that much. I have to clean this tip again. That's what I hate the most about soldering. You can go through the tips really easily. Yeah, that, okay. Boom. Oh, there we go. And now this guy. So it's really small, but if I can do it, so can you. See? Easy. We turn this off, we put it to the side. So, good, first one. And now, I turned the soldering iron off, so I'm going to slide these guys like so, and now it's still hot. I'm going to go under it. You can do this with a heat gun and see how they start shrinking. You know, see that? They start shrinking like so. Here we go. Ooh, that's hot. So I just cleaned the tip. Okay. So now we've done our first connection of this whole tutorial. By far the most difficult one is that one on the bottom. So now we have this ready. Okay. So try and keep those in there, okay, as much as you can. And now we have all this wire, all of this. Okay, it's going to go through the. Well, first off, I'm going to place it on the battery holder. See, that one disconnected again. So this one's kind of a tricky bastard. So again, so you can see how I do it. I'm going to scrape it with my nail file. Like so. Okay. And again. And now the battery can get, you know, a little bit hot. Just make sure you do it in intervals. Like, try, if it doesn't work, try again. But let it cool a little bit in between tests, you know. Alright. Nope. See how tricky that motherfucker is? Just bite onto there. Oh. It's tricky. Nope. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of tin on the battery itself. That seemed to help in the past. So like so. Let that kind of cool. Now try again. Like so. There we go. So always pre-tin both of the pieces you want to solder together. Always. And now let's see if that's hold. Oh no. Oh, okay. Jesus. This asks for a bit more temperature, I think. Let's go to 400, 420. Also, if you have a big bowl like this, it's okay because it's going to make pressure with the battery holder and it's going to make contact anyway. So, there we go. Damn it. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if it works without soldering that one. Okay, so. Alright. So this is the battery holder with the pommel, right? And it has the spatter, the breakup effect with the alcohol. Really cool. Yeah, it's just this, like soldering directly to batteries is tricky. That's why you never see it. You know, if I had had plenty of time, I would have made like a thing in metal. It's like a bracket that goes right in there, and that'll hold the battery, and then the bracket is soldered directly to the wires, and that will be way better. But I need like a laser cutter and things to create that out of aluminium or something like that. So it's tricky, and I know everyone has that. So that's also one of the main reasons why I do it this way. So basically, you want to get that. You want to get that over the battery and right in the center. And now you're going to select the battery, and you're going to clip or you're going to sandwich this black wire between the battery and a little channel that is on there. I don't know if you can see it, but there is like a channel that I created in 3D exactly for this purpose. So you're going to try and do that. So open it a little bit. I let it go down like so. That is in the channel, and you can open. You can just push it in like so. Like that. And now this guy is tight. It's not moving. So now we test if the LEDs work, you know. So again, so maybe just creating a big blob of solder is better than trying to solder it to the negative pole of the battery. So negative there. I'm going to try to, maybe here is better. Yeah. See it, right? You see that? It's working. See that? So now we know that it works. So it is not soldered, but it's applying pressure, so these two guys are in contact. So now we have both of the batteries ready, right? They're here, and there we go. Right, so now we're going to take the aluminium rods here with the holes, and that is for the button. So I'm going to use this green wire to help slide these two guys into the rod and out, because it's tough. It's tough to do that. So what I'm going to do is unplug, really important, unplug the connector. Like so. Just pull carefully. Is that still there? Okay. I have to resolder that on there. Okay, that's fine. So we've unplugged it, and now I'm going to solder these two together on here. So if we kept it on the battery, that would mean we would create a short circuit, and that's bad. Yeah, the battery holder didn't fit. I tried. I have it there, and I can show you the right one, but it wouldn't fit. I didn't want to make the batons bigger than they should, so that's why I decided to do it that way. Anyway, again. So we'll do that. Is it easy? And then I can solder that one at the same time. It's because the wires are so thin that they can break. So, but this is the only ones that fit. All right, 10. 10. 10. There we go. All right. Right, so I'll show you what I mean. See, that is a strong bond. So now it's easy to just slide this in there and out and pull, and that will help. See, because it is thin, so it's basically pulling. It's like a helping hand, you know. So just pull this through. There we go. Here it is. And now we'll get these guys in there through the hole, and now we pull. See? And that makes it trivial. Easy. Right. And now we can get rid of this joint. So, before we connect it back to the battery. One doesn't think about all the little things, you know, that need to be done to make this perfect. But there's quite a while. Quite a bit of them, yeah. See, there we go. And now also, I'm going to solder that piece, this guy, back onto there. It was easy. Done. That one's easy. So, these guys, I'm going to cut. And now we can strip off the ends again, but let's see. So this is our bottom end, and that will be connected to the battery. So what this means is that this whole thing, right, everything goes through every piece goes through the rod. So just pull it all the way until there, make sure it doesn't go in there, and we can now pull everything through it like so. And this, oh, I did it wrong. Make sure it's the hole. Where are you? Make sure the hole is facing the button. So turn it the right direction. It's easy when you see. Okay. So now you can see this hole is going to stop right there. You see that? It's going to stop right there. There's a hole. Alright, so now we can pull again. Okay, we pull again until we see and we leave a little bit of room for this to be connected to the battery. So we leave a little bit of room so this can connect here and we can pull it out. Alright, so more or less like here, right? So we pull a little bit more. The key is so you can pinch it with your fingers, because you're going to need to do that. You're going to need to do that when you disconnect the battery, but just enough so you can clip it with your fingers. And now all that is going to have to go in when we place the battery in. Okay, so that is the key. And also we have to pull the negative wire out of here, and that is complicated, but we're going to try and do that so we can intercept it with the button. And that's how the button works. You know, it's connected always to the negative line. And then we cut this, we connect it to the LEDs, we slip it, or we slide everything in, connect it to the LEDs, and it's done with glue and stuff, and done. All right. So what we have to do is take the pliers, take the mask off. All right, so much better. And we're going to try and rotate all the whole wire so we expose. There we go. So we expose the black. So now it's easy to kind of go in there and grab it from the hole. So there's our hole. All right. And now we can clip it like so. So before we do that, we have to make sure that it is in fact like separated, because these guys are glued. So we're gonna pull and separate them. This also makes it easier for these guys to go in and twist and twirl and all that. So so we can easily push everything in with the battery. And now we go again. We find that hole. We pull with the wire until we have a finger to kind of grip onto, and then we can fish it out. Yes. And we have it here. And also, of course, we have to in fact separate them all the way to the top, so the negative one can kind of go out. So you understand what I mean, right? So okay, before we slid everything through, we're gonna have to separate these. So I'm gonna go, maybe I can do it without doing that. Maybe this is enough. We'll see. And now we can pull this way. This so I don't have to Oh yeah, maybe. So I don't have to, so I just separated them. Maybe we can just push. I don't know. Oh, let's see. It's very close. So now we have, all right. Now we have two wires. See if we can push it all the way out. This is what I was saying with it's difficult, but maybe we can do it now that they're separated. And that is why we needed that extra green. Oh yeah, let's do that again. Oh, it was almost out. Anyway, again, that's why you always cut extra, so you can always cut off the ends or whatever. Okay, let's do this quick. This will serve you so you can review soldering. Okay. I'll do this really quick. So this guy. So we're going to tin. So you can see right. Let's slide again. It's kind of quick. Even this is getting hard now. Ah, it got stuck on this. Okay. Got it. All right. So again, we have to make sure the black one is exposed. Oh, I just touched the tip of the soldering iron. It was hot. Luckily, not a lot. I'll be okay. So now, again, we're going to slide it through the handle, making sure the hole is aligned with the hole in the handle for the button. Just trying it. All right. Done. And again, we're going to leave a finger, this is good, and we're going to fish. Pull a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to fetch the black wire out. You can do it, Henry. It is easy, it's not really difficult, but I'm going to need to be patient. There we go. I have it. Just, we have to pull like the black wire in. Oh, again, shit. Yeah, don't do this at home. I'll pull it in a little bit so it helps. I have it. There it is. See that? I have it. So now, okay, we have to cut that and place the button and connect to both ends. Alright, so I'm gonna pull a little bit more from the it's the other one. Okay, I'm gonna pull from the end that goes up, so we have a little bit more to sort of, there we go, a little bit more exposed, so we can solder it not right next to the resin, you know. So that makes sense, so we don't overheat the resin. And it's okay if it heats up, but just, you know, it's not going to melt. But yeah, just making sure that you understand what I'm doing. Now I can snip it right here, because this is the one that goes out to the top. So snip it. And in fact, we can pull a little bit out, because then it's going to go in again. So we can in fact have this guy in a little bit, because then it's going to pull out, you know. So let's pull from this one a little bit. Alright. Now we can kind of, there we go. Also, I'm gonna clip the legs a little bit. We don't need all of them. We don't need all the length of them, you know. So just shortening them a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to strip these ends. Maybe that's a bit tricky. There we go. And one. This is an automatic wire clipper or stripper. An automatic wire stripper comes in handy. So now we just tin both of these guys and also the button. Awesome, glad you decided to do this live, thank you. Of course, Terry. Also, thank you for purchasing the files the other day. Terry's going to embark on this adventure with me. So just turning both of the legs, see, and now it's going to be difficult to do this so you can see it, but I just, maybe you can see this, maybe. But I'm going to connect it to both of these ends. So one, almost one, two, so now the baton is connected. So we take our clippers and I'm going to clip that little bit, you know what I mean, that is kind of like that excess. There we go. So we have to try and make sure that these guys don't touch. So maybe I should have gone with a little bit of heat shrink. I think that'll be okay. There is one little thread in between them. I doubt you can see it, but I'm gonna kind of clip that too. Right. So now we pull from both. So both the black at the end and this guy. So and we have to insert the baton. So I'll zoom in so you can see. So not like this with the legs pointing outwards, but with the legs pointing up and down, like so. Alright, so legs up and down. Question from Terry: you can't wait to get started but have to finish something first. Okay, struggle is real. Was just going to recommend that shrink. You could paint to insulate. Yeah, you could. Anything, or hot glue, anything that prevents those wires from touching. So again, just pulling from this guy and pulling from that guy. You see, and instantly when it wants to go out or in, sorry. So we kind of align it properly, and then make sure the hole is right there, that it goes in, that it can go in, and now it's going in, and we slowly pull from both. So now it's kind of, it's getting in there, right? So it's a matter of pulling and pulling, and also twisting until we find that hole. Try and see with a flashlight of the phone. Ah, yeah, and also one more thing. Before we did so this is kind of, that's why you need to see this. Before we did this, we have to glue this guy in. So yeah, we had to glue this onto the handle so it's not wobbly. So again, just pulling it out Sorry about this, but yeah. This is why writing down the steps is important. So, what am I going to do? Now this is going to be tricky. I have to desolder this. So I have to desolder this, glue it. Yeah, alright. Jesus, this is difficult. But we'll do it. Okay. Okay, so how can I glue this? I think I know how. So again, I'm going to repeat it one more time. Yay, Superman Fit, how you doing, man? Well, you got just in time, because I've repeated this 3 times so far. Okay. So the glue is going to be the same one, the epoxy that we used for the hammer. Oh god, okay. Clip that one. Alright, so how in the hell am I going to do this? Because I can't just pull. I think, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the negative out and the negative, this guy out too, and now, all right, now I can glue it. But first off, this guy has to be maybe through here. This is more difficult than I was expecting. All because I decided to use this hole, and yeah, all because I decided to drill this hole. Because if not, that would be easy. The struggle, yeah, the beauty of doing it live, of course. And yeah, that's let's try and push this guy in, and yeah, there it is. Now we kind of catch it. Okay, so we have it there. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna hide it right there. And this guy is also gonna come. I might just solder these now. Almost. This is very similar to wiring lightsabers. This stuff always happens. Okay. So I think I'm going to temporarily connect these two so they don't go, so they stay together, and this guy doesn't go up because it wants to do that. So So quickly I'm going to do that. Just be careful with this. Okay. Is it actually getting the short wires up to glue? Yeah, the thing is that this is like a tight fit. I should have made a channel for the wires to kind of slide, but I didn't do that. And now, you know, I could update the files, but now, you know, there's no time to do that and print it and plane it and everything. So yeah, I should have made a little channel there for these guys. But now I can hide these in there, you know, glue it. In fact, I'm going to push them right there. Now we can glue. Also, I'm gonna strip off the ends of these guys again and solder it to the green one to use as a guide, so we can insert this, or maybe you can twist them like this and that'll be it. Yep. So, oh shit, say here. Jesus. These guys do not want to go together. Oh, I'm gonna retire. Rushing is always the worst you can do. Okay. See, because now I can't pull, so I'm just gonna have to eyeball this. So there we go. No. So this is an important stage. You have to drive these guys through, because you can't pull from this because the button thing is there. So you know, if we had glued it before, then it would be alright. But because we didn't, I need like a stick or something to kind of glue this on and then get it through there. Oh, man. No. How can I do this? One second, I'm gonna take this onto this stick. It's kind of broken. So I can use the stick as a guide, you know. Alright. Try to escape now. You mother... And of course this guy... Oh, it does fit. Of course. Again. I have to cut it. Okay. Now it's thin enough. It's taking so long, like it shouldn't be. We should be 10 minutes in. Or whatever. Alright. You guys understand what I'm doing, right? I'm glad to see I'm not one of these jokes. Yeah, the sparks thing. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Because I don't want to break my mandibles. I already printed 6. You know. Wait. Fuckers. Can't believe it. But they're here. You bitches, come out. Oh, I did it. Boom. Alright. Motherfuckers. Now, gotta align them properly. Don't. Okay, here it is. To see. Okay. Okay. And now we can glue it. So I'm going to place some glue here. Oh, let me use this. No, alcohol, whatever. A big glob. And part B. As always, try not to get too much glove on your hands, so use gloves. Don't do what I do. I'm going to use my stick to mix it. Has to be thoroughly mixed. But yeah, no sparks, man. Sorry, no sparks. I don't want to drop these on the concrete, you know. Or even like create that sort of electrical shock. No. These look like weapons, but they're not. I don't want them to be weapons. And then once it's gluing, we have to try and pull that out before it's covered in glue. Will we be able to do that? Who knows? But this is getting intense. Alright, let's do this, right? Do it then. And I'm not waiting like we were waiting for the hammer the other day. There we go. So I just stopped it there. And now we fish out our black wire. We have to do it. I think I have it. Yeah, that's one. Alright, that's one. From the... And there's the other one. Okay. I see it. Okay, maybe with my chest. And I have it. I have it. Woo! We did it. Oh my goodness. We did it. Boom. Now we have to position that correctly. Alright, because otherwise we're not going to be able to insert the baton. So, that is done. So now we have to solder the button. And also make sure, yeah, this is not wobbly anymore. Perfect. Very good, very good. Yeah, thank you. Ah, sparks, like as in the software or what? Is there a software called Sparks? I don't know. No idea. But we did that, so I'm quite proud of it. So now we solder these guys to the button. And we're almost done with this baton. Thank you, Derry. This is intense. Oh man, that was difficult. I just hope that this guy, in fact, I'm going to try to kind of bend it onto itself so that we have like a, there we go, like a stronger bond, and that doesn't break. That's the awful part about thin wires, and I hate it, but you know, we couldn't use bigger ones. Alright. Ooh. Yeah. So so this guy is gonna come there. Yeah, helping hands. Why not? Can I? That's the question. Oh yes. And I also have to figure out a way so you guys can see what I'm doing. So that's double the tricking. Talking about adding sparks to the baton, saying go Adobe Photoshop or After Effects and making them action weapons. Yeah, I think that's better. That's what they do in the movie, so I mean, so there's one, and now this guy. Let's pull a little bit. My shaking hands don't help me right now. That's a bad. Oh, this motherfucking wire is making me crazy. Straighten. This motherfucker. I swear to God, I'm gonna be mad if I sort of this that goes in and the connection is lost. So I'm gonna strip again this end off because I don't want to risk it. Okay, that looks better. And now I'm gonna twist it, I'm gonna bend it onto itself like so, so we can tin it properly. Yeah, gotta be careful with the soldering iron.
Okay, that looks better. This is the trickiest thing to show you. Like, if I didn't have to show you, this would be done quicker. Just hoping that these guys won't touch once it's there. Oh god, yeah. Yes. Okay. We did it. We did it. Alright. As always, I'm going to try and clip off the excess bits. And now, we do what we were doing 45 minutes ago, which is pulling and pulling. And remember, oh, first off, there's excess. If we don't get rid of this, right. Okay. So this guy doesn't move, perfect. This movement there. So what could be wrong now is that there's not enough space, so these guys have to kind of bend like that, and that's dangerous for the connection, you know. So maybe we have to do it again and clip off more of the legs of the button, because it looks to me that this is not going in, like it can't go in enough. Now it's aligned, so it should go in, but it's not. Oh, there it is. Is it? No, it's going against. It's a flashlight again. It's going. I can't see it with a flashlight, but I think it's going against this guy. So all this because we couldn't, or I didn't want to glue a shorter rod, you know. So that I think I'm going to do that on the other one, to be honest. Maybe it's because it was kind of twisted. And this guy, can try again. This is the right direction. Yep, it's the right direction. Maybe now. Oops. No, it's going against. Should be needed if the handle is plastic and nothing is moving around. Yep, handle is plastic. Alright, so maybe I'm gonna have to cut the legs of this guy even more. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's do it then. I promise you I'm going to get this perfectly. if I put heat shrink, I think it's going to be impossible to fit it in there. But I'm going to try to solder the wires closer and not expose them to the button. You melt. Alright, no, 1 and 2. Melt. Down. Alright. Oh, yeah, it's hot. What I don't want to do is ruin the button. How easy it would have been if I hadn't drilled that hole, you know? Okay. Yeah. Hey Kirsty, how you doing? Exactly, like, that's the thing. For the Stormbreaker, I in fact didn't have a lot of issues because I had planned it in my head for years. So I was so ready that I was like, I couldn't sleep because I was so ready. But yeah, it's difficult. Let's put it that way. I'm glad you're doing well. Where's my... ah, there it is. Well. Let's try this one more time. I'm going to try and do it, and if you can't see it, I'm sorry, but I'm going to try and do it. Okay. There's one. There's two. Okay. I know that the button was covering the view, but, you know, sorry about that. So that one's the bottom one, so this has to kind of twist like this. And also I have to snip off that a little bit. I think that was okay. I think we're good. Yes, we are. Oh, guys. What was the button legs were too long and hitting? Yep. It was that plus the solder. So it was compressing the wires, which is bad. And it was, now it's still a little bit. Yeah. But the good thing is this is sturdy. It's not going anywhere. So let's try. Let's of course disconnect these before it's too late. And let's try. Let's do a test. With our LEDs. So I'm gonna quickly wire a test. It's difficult to get thin on thin wire. That's what I've learned with this. So let's try and make them not touch. If that's possible. Okay, so that is wired. So now, if we connect the battery, we should have a fishing rod with the LED on the top. So, this guy, for example. Kind of see if the button is working well. If not, that means this got smushed and probably disconnected, which is what's happening. So let's see, either that or this guy. Let's connect the other one. Oh yeah, it was the battery. Okay, this is working. Now let's try to place that there, which is also kind of tricky. Yep. There we go. Easy there. So now the tricky part is, do we have too much like wire dangling, which I think is the case. but I'm gonna try and twist it so it can go up. Yeah, that's better. Twist it like so, and this should go in like here. Maybe twist it even more. And I have to glue that one there. Yeah, have to glue this guy on here with epoxy so this guy doesn't move and stays where it has to. It's right there. Maybe it's too long, like the wire is too long. Well, this is working. Here we go. They're bright. So let's put them on inside of the mandible. So you guys can see what it's supposed to look like. Oh, there we go. They're touching. Yeah, they are. That's what it's supposed to look, you know. So the batteries, the way I'm going to replace them is just by detaching this, taking it out, soldering another one, and that's it. Just figuring out how to insert this. Oh yeah. It was a bit too long, but we can do it. So yeah. Would you recommend for us to drill a larger hole in the road? No, I mean that was big enough. It was just that it was the legs of the of this thing have to be short, or we can just glue them on the sides, which is what I'm going to do for the next one. For now, I have to figure out how to shorten this. So I think, yeah, I think, okay. What should have happened is this should have gone in even further, like even further, and then we just pull it out with a finger and it will just come out here. Or this has to go a little bit shorter. So we have to figure that out. But I'm glad that at least the circuit is working, and that button is good there. Gluing the end piece by the way. No, that is a twist and lock mechanism. No. That's madness. No way. Like this. This goes in, like so. Yeah. So this has to kind of, and that's why maybe the solution is not to have a connector. I don't know. Maybe that's kind of what's pushing it, and I think I'm going to do that. See? So it's a twist and lock, and now it's not going anywhere. So it's a twist and lock. You see? I guess it's not going anywhere. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to solder the wires directly onto the battery. There we have our solution. So yeah. So I'll have to kind of wire that. Where's it here? Trying to rip the heat shrink. Alright. So that's the thing, like, I mean, it doesn't make sense to have this connector if the battery is not going to be rechargeable. You know what I mean? I did this for the Stonebreaker, but like, we don't need that. You know? We absolutely don't. I could have saved that, just placed it in there. Yeah, so that's the answer. This is too big. It's gonna block it. So at least that button is working well, and that's what I wanted to try. I think I'm using too much heat for the soldering iron, and that's why it's burning quickly. Yeah, all right. Alright, this is almost done, and we can move on and finish this guy. The heat shrink. The heat shrink, I have it here. I forgot who designed it. Yeah, I try to make everything as professional as I can. Sometimes, because the tight space, it's not even professional in movies, you know. It's maybe CGI or just like a hardwired. Means the end piece can't come off, just a little out, right? Yeah, like, to detach it, we just unsolder this, then pull it out, take it off, put another one in, you know, that stuff. Heat shrink. Like, we have plenty of room here. I could even shorten it, but maybe it's just the it was just that was kind of impeding the battery holder would go in all the way. Oh. Always forget. Try not to touch the piece. Ugh, 10, 10, 10. If there's one thing I hate about myself, is my shaky hands. The rest I love. Good. So that goes on there. This one over here. And now I'm going to epoxy glue the black. Oh. You need smaller heat shrink, but even a little bit of tape will do the trick. I think this can shrink even further. Right, whatever. So also this is not going in all the way. It's bugging me. But maybe we can move on to the next one. Just like this one here. Ah, epoxy. Remember, the easiest way is to wait a little bit and then place it on when it's tacky. So I want to fix that, the button. I don't know where or why it's just not going in all the way, and I think I'll do the other one and I'll know why. Now it's getting tacky. Finally. What do you guys think of the quality of the videos, like the camera and all that stuff, the focus, you know, the technical stuff? Has it been good enough? How would you improve it? Obviously I would like to have a second camera, but I don't. This epoxy is taking forever. Did I mix it right? Yeah, I did. Still kind of gooey. Okay, so the next one, in fact, I accidentally drilled it through all the way, and maybe that will help us, you know, having a little bit extra space there and so again, these guys that's getting dry. Okay. I see how I can improve the model now. I'll do it for the clients and stuff, but yeah, a bit more additional lights, but nothing is bad. Yeah, I have one more light here. Maybe I can connect it. Where that is? Ah, there it is. This is the other light I have. Okay. I'll connect it. Oh, you see if it's any better. Yeah, that's better, right? Another light. Nice. Yeah, it's important to get close so you guys can see. Yeah, okay. That is glued. There. Okay. I still think that they would have to be shorter. But at least we don't have that connector bugging us. So we'll just have to twist now. Oh no, it came off. The epoxy. No. I should have waited. You bugger. But yeah, twisting is the solution. Almost. But it came off. So, just gonna Let's go to the next one, and I'll glue it both when the time comes. And now, of course, let's see, the lights are not working, so we'll go to the next one. I'm thinking of avoiding that. Yeah, I'm going to take another that is a bit shorter. It doesn't have that. See, this one is shorter. It doesn't have that. So, we're not going to deal with that. I'm going to try and do it the other way and see if there's any difference and what we can learn from it. So, first I will do this. Next, we solder it to, well, next one. Yeah, we take them apart onto there. We solder the ends together. Let's try and do this one quickly. I think we can. Like in like 15 minutes. That's my mark. That's or how much I'm giving myself to do this. So I think we can do that. So again, we need the green line, 10, come on. Stay there. So, strip off this guy. Solder it there. Solder it in. Jesus, help me out. This tip is already hot, too hot. Why? I'll drop the temperature to 300 and see. All right. You guys, oh man, like I've become bad at soldering, like really bad. Where did all that practice with the axe go? Okay, all right. So well, first off, okay, this one doesn't have the hole. Coming out. There it is. Right. Okay, so we have this. Now we glue it. So we just pull there, and now we're going to glue that as well. So blob, and we have to glue it right above the hole. So this one right there, we stop right there with the rod, like there. Okay, so yeah, like a second camera that shows me, so people connect easier, you know. I think that could work really well. There has to be enough glue so it stays snug and it doesn't, you know, move around, so it doesn't unstick. Okay, so there. And we'll fish out the actually I'm going to glue the other piece, this one too as well. It's there. This one, I'm going to glue it too. Oh. Oh shit, I touched the glue. I have to do this quick. align this like so. Okay. All right. And there's a little bit of excess. I'm gonna try and clean right there. So this guy also really snug. So yeah, no need to have those holes. Like I thought that I would need this to go further down. Nice. Yeah, like, oh, truly, way better, yeah. Cool. So now we can pull. All right. Nice. Nice. This is going well. This is going well. Okay. So now, button. And this one, we don't even need to cut the legs off. I don't think so. I'm gonna try. And yeah, it just, this one, perfect. So yeah, we're gonna try to pull it out now. There we go. Oh. Yeah, so this, oh, this is so much easier. So much easier. Okay. So now we pull, fish out the black. I have it. There it is. Here. Easy. Boom. Done. Okay, now we have to make good connections. Alright. And remember that the important thing now is to try and have this go up. I'm going to cut it first. So let's cut this. So this I'm going to solder first to the battery. So this way we have a little bit of room to like put the soldering iron and unstick or unsolder that. So yeah, just this is glued already. Fantastic, fantastic. Let's strip off these guys ends. One and two. Done. Now, first one, this guy. I'm gonna give myself another 15 minutes. Here. Yeah, I hate these thin wires. Is the temperature too low now? Oh, there it goes. And 10 and 10. Okay. So first off, this one. Done. Looks like it. Yeah. Second one. This one. Heat shrink. I mean, not really tape. So screech string is too small for that. Second one done. Now this guy comes out. Well, maybe not yet. I'm gonna pull until I see. I forgot to glue this one, didn't I? Oh no, it's still kind of tacky. So now we have to glue this. I'm going to put some tape temporarily and see if it does the trick. Oh no, it came off. The positive one came off. Let's do it again. This is why I hate soldering to like batteries and things, and like, believe me, the lightsaber is going to have all integrated, so you can detach everything and battery. You know, you're not going to do this sort of stuff. How thick are the walls? Pretty thick. Thick enough. Oh. I don't know what happened here. I didn't snap off the green one. Maybe that's it's the universe wanted to snap, and that's why. I hate doing this. Come on. Christ. Oh, it's not on. Great. It wasn't on. Oh. Okay, come on, melt. Melt into the other one. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it doesn't want to. I mean, it is kind of connected. Let's use more tin. That will help. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it looks good. Oh, the tolerance. So already there is some resistance. So twist, 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 twist. Jesus. You don't like this at all. And those two will touch eventually. Yeah, I can't twist because those will end up touching. So I'm going to put some tape on. Do I have? I don't think I have the black one. So I'll just do this. Temporary fix. In fact, this should go all the way down to the battery. So that's a temporary fix. So this is the guy that can't, or that can be in there. Where's that channel? There it is. So this guy can be right there, and it will get squished and make contact. Like so. So we're going to test it. Alright, where is... crap, it's connected to the other one. Great. So you need to sand the top of the battery. Yeah, you have to. Like, yeah, mark it really well, otherwise it's not going to stick. So yeah. Oh no, wait, we don't have to. I just have to strip off these ends. So yeah, okay, it works. So that's kind of what we want to do. All right. So we have to figure out a way so that we can detach this and so that it goes in. Let's glue that. I'm going to glue both of the wires. Alright. I'm hoping that this will be easier. I don't know what I was doing with the whole thing, to be honest. I was being too preventive and then complicating my life, which I tend to do quite often in my life too. So that's, oh shit. That's what I do all the time. I overcomplicate things. That's kind of glued, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more. You know, we're waiting until it gets sort of dry. I'm kind of used to trying like crazy things. And I'm not gonna lie, I was checking my phone. Gotta be honest here, you know. So you can use this same cut to tell if the glue is almost ready to dry. Which new connector work now that the road is shorter? Yeah. No, it doesn't make sense. Like, no, there's nothing. It doesn't have anything to do with that. The connector, so it doesn't get stuck in here. Because I did taper the inside space, so things would kind of want to go up, but it was not enough apparently, and it got stuck. So you can like try and do it a few times, and maybe you'll get it right. But I want to make sure that there's nothing bogging me there, you know. What I don't want to do is ruin my perfect Alumalaster paint. Okay. Good. Another layer on top, yeah. Let's see if I can show all the messages on the chat while that is drying. Always show messages. Okay. So now, if you write in there, the chat box should keep the messages on the screen. Okay, I'm still going to wait until it's fully dry. And so after that, we have to figure out how to make it so that it goes in all this space, and all this kind of leftover wire kind of curls up and it goes in here. We should be able to. All this while also having pulled that one, the black one, out for the button. Okay. So while this is drying, I'm going to take the first one. I'm going to tape that. Well, let's try it. So, I mean, there is space. It's just that it's flopping like outward and it's kind of pushing against the walls, and therefore it doesn't like to let the battery go in all the way. Let's just let's try. See, like it's like there is resistance. So if we had thicker wires, we would have easier connections, but you wouldn't want to bend, you know, and if we keep doing this, this will snap off. Well, good thing is we can take it off and resolder it, but it is tricky. So I'm just gonna twist a lot of times and see. One more. Oh yeah, that's getting in there. Yeah. Okay. Few more twists, I think. So we have 1, 2, 3. Maybe that was 4, but... And there we go! And it went in. Oh yeah, baby. And it's not working, the button. So it must be the... Oh, someone subscribed. So it's either the button or the battery. So I remember that this wasn't working before, so I didn't do anything wrong. Alright. So what side did I twist to? Okay. Oh, that, of course. Separated again. So let's twist, 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 twist. And let's put it in. Yeah. And now let's try the button. See what happened to it. Okay. Yeah, it was that. I lost it. Ah, shit. I lost the first. I must have pulled too much. Can I fix this though? Like, maybe I can't. So, problem. This guy was a bad connection, and it went out and down. So now we either, oh, I think I got it. Did I? I did, didn't I? Oh no, I got the red. No. So now we'd have to drive it down. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. See what happened here. See, there it is. So what I'm going to do to fix this one, but we're going to continue with the other one. But what I'm going to do with this one is, and also I'm going to make it go all the way down to the bottom of the battery, so we don't even have a connection here, you know? So we don't even have that there. So open this guy and slide the battery out. So to take the battery out, just open that and slide it. And my hands are covered in glue, which is a bad thing. There we go. Did I glue the battery to the case? Can you imagine that? Oh, there it is. Jesus. This wants to stay in there. I think I glued it somehow. There it is. So this guy out, and now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the green that I have somewhere, because this green is just as thin, but it has more wires. So either that one, and who cares if it's green. There it is. It's easy fix. Okay, so I'm gonna take a lot. And I'm gonna drive it down from here. See how something as little as that is now complicating things. Okay. Now you go down. Be a good boy. Or maybe, oh, you know what? Let's go to the other one. Now this one is in a better place now. This is easier. So we have to do now is, yeah, take that and twist. I know, but I'm going to pull it out first. Yep. Okay, we need the black one. Pull both out. This guy. I have it. Okay. So now I have this one. So we connect the button. And I'm going to try to do it well on the first try. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, I'm thinking to actually break this connection and take it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. You have to come out. I don't know why I glued this on there, to be honest. If I was gonna repeat it, today is not my day. But what I'm doing is I can pull from this, can't I? Ah, yeah. Okay, now. So I don't have that thing there. So back to square one every 20 minutes. It's crazy. All right. Okay. So I'm going to solder a lot of tin there to create that volume that we need, so it's pressed against the battery holder, and therefore making a connection. This is getting tiring now. What time is it anyway? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go anyway, so like we might even start the whole thing tomorrow. I don't know. I was like, you know, maybe I can do it today, you know, because I'm not going to be able to another day, whatever. But when you rush things, it's a sign from the universe that you shouldn't when this happens, you know. Okay. So now we place it in between. There's my channel. That's my channel. Okay. Again, I'm gonna have to try and glue that again. This epoxy is not curing correctly. I'm not doing the proportions correctly. That's what's happening. Ah, I knew it. Sure. Okay. Now we pull it out. I was twisting the ends to kind of, yeah, show me the black one, this one. Okay. All right. Okay, beautiful. So remember, this has to kind of go in. So we hate the tape. Has to go in. So when we put this in, we have a space again. If that makes sense. So now, even a little bit more there. So now we can solder this to the button. And I promise you guys, this one will be fast. It's just that, it's gluing this, soldering this, making sure the connection on the bottom is good enough, which I have to build more tins for, and this is the one that goes up, and this goes on the down. All right. So now we don't even have to like cut the legs, you know. And I think you know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna kind of make it so you can see everything perfectly, but I'm just gonna solder that to this leg like so, chain everything. Okay. It's like, this is the simplest circuit there is in the world. Like, it's the simplest stuff, you know? But because of the tiny space and all these things, that's what makes it complicated. Chain the leg, and I'll chain this one too. That's 10. This guy. And this guy too. And now you come with me. I'm gonna turn you right there. Touch, glue. Good, nice. Rotate this one. Okay, done. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to kind of end this stream, possibly. Yeah, that's a bummer. But you know what we're doing. So this kind of goes here, and this one comes out this way. Yep, like so. Oh yeah, and that's all the way down. Good. I'll probably shorten this one. This is the right way to do it. Okay, so this is kind of loose still, and now we can shorten this one. We can shorten the black one a little bit, so this stays like that. And now, if we test it, I'm gonna desolder the other LEDs. One, two. Yep, and here we have them. Let's got them here. And now first off, I'm going to slide everything. So we have the first piece, which is this one, and we'll glue you know, each piece later on, but for now I just want to place everything first, which is necessary. Okay, so this one goes like this. Now, these guys yeah. Okay, so red first. I need the guide again. Okay. Nice. And this goes like so. And then we need, yeah, where are the other pieces? Okay. Yep, this other one. Okay. So. Yeah, we'll use the guide, because once the switch is off and is connected, if you don't push it, it won't create the short circuit. So you can always use a guide, or like the wooden stick, you know. 1, 2, we need this one. This goes like so. Don't curl. Curl, there we go. Don't curl. You know what? Where's my stick? Jesus. I like to overcomplicate things, don't I? God. Okay. How easy is that? Oh. Can't be in a rush, can you? Christ. I've cursed more things more times here than I've ever done in my life. Okay, be a good boy. Okay. Now this one. And now we finish, and then we finish with the mandible. Okay. Alright, and then the mandible. Okay. So now we try this. So this again is all about twisting, right? And hoping that the red will disconnect. And then you kind of do that. And then twist a little bit more. Even a little bit more. Okay, you can twist when it's like inside. That's better. And now, yep. Even a little bit more. Okay. Okay, now. So now we test. Okay. Take this sort of thing off. And that was when you would glue. Well, slide glue, you know, slide glue, slide glue, slide glue. You know, all of them. This can go in even further. And now we will place this, connect that, and then this should work. So, yeah, that stays off there. I'm gonna test first, and then we start gluing, and then shortening this and resoldering again. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, if you just glue it now and you don't have enough room here, you're screwed, because there's not enough wire. So you have to solder, therefore making another connection, therefore making it more difficult to you know, more easier to kind of mess that up. You know, that will disconnect easier. But let's test this really quick. So I'm gonna pre-tin everything. So we have this one here. Tinned. It's hard to tin these guys. They are so thin that the tin doesn't stay. Alright. Cool. And now we do the negative. And that's the negative. Done. There, stay. There we go. We're good. And I can even, well, yeah, let's do it. There we go. Stay, stay, stay. Good. And it doesn't work. Ah, must be the, that's what it is. This. So, yeah, okay, let's untwist. It was this way, right? That's why I could even. Yeah, and twist this way. It was this motherfucker. Also, this guy, so we have to be really careful. So there was no red going on here. Jesus, I never remembered this to be so tight. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, I mean, I kind of painted the inside, but I didn't add any volume. Where's my red wire? Here it is. Here. Yeah, I hate these guys. These wires are the worst. I was going to do it with a green, but since that's not the correct code, you know, I settled for this, and now this happens. So let's just make contact. Let's just make contact really quick. Yeah, and it works. You know, see that. See that? Oh, yeah. Right? See that, right? On, off. On, off. On, off. So the connection all the way, like, throughout the rod is good. The button is good. It's just the battery. So pretty good, right? Amazing. So so that does that, like, go through. Will I have time? Maybe. I don't know. But I kind of have to get going. But this kind of goes in. Oh. Yeah, that's how it's done. Thank you, Kelly. Starting pieces costing my brain. It's like threading a needle. Go inside. Or whatever, it doesn't want to. So I'll just bend that like so. I think I should have used different wires. That's why. These things have like three little wires inside. It's crazy. It's too little. I need more. They break easy. And that's why we have to solder the whole tin, the whole thing, to make it stronger. Yep. And also that doesn't want to go down, does it? It's crazy how well that is stuck there. There we go, go down. Look, there's a mountain of tin on the positive. There we go. Oh, better. And now, so that doesn't break, I'm going to epoxy over it, I think. So I can't cover. Yeah. Neither. It's hot. Okay. And now also we have to make a hole below here. Yep. Oh, no, come up. No, we lost it. How important it is to wear a respirator. I'm just like burning through the wires. That's why. See, I'm just burned them. And that is why. I have to think of a solution for that. Yeah. That's what's happening. Yeah, that's going to break as well. Like, how can I make that better? Like, these wires suck. Like, they suck. You know, at least you have more things here. More. I should have used this. Damn. So for the other one, I'm just going to use the green. I'm gonna paint one of the green with like something, some paint or something, so it's different, so I can tell. Because those ones suck. This is way better. Oh. So yeah, and that's what's happening. Let's try one more time, because crazy, man. And this doesn't want to stick. Does it? Oh, it does, but you have to kind of do it quick. Let's see. Okay, that's stuck. Yeah, it's just the 3 little things, like that's not enough. Yeah, that would be optimal, but there wasn't enough space for that here. Because if I had done that, this would easily break, you know. So you kind of have to figure it out, you know. Yeah, like a piece of metal, and then that is sort of. But then again, you have to extract the same thing. Like you would have to extract this, pulling on the wires. So the only solution is using a pogo pin. But with that, then you wouldn't be able to twist because the pogo pins kind of go only in one direction, you know. Or like a lightsaber NeoPixel connector. But that's too big, you know. So if I knew about making electrical components, I would definitely do that. But I can do that, but the clients can't, you know. So you have to always come up with easy solutions. So that is what's difficult about this whole thing. Stay there. Stay there. Okay. Just can't open the. So I have to be quick. Wow. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. So it's working now. You know, easy. So again, now the red one will kind of snap. That's what I'm thinking. You know? So there has to be a way to protect that from rotating. Huh. No. No, I just thought I had an idea. So it limits the amount of times you can rotate. That's the difficult bit. Or you can just leave it like that, but no, I don't want to. Stupid tape. Like, honestly, even without tape is better at this point. Let's try. Where's this one? Oh, that has to be glued. There we go. Alright. Oh, look at that. Nope. So I think I'm going to figure out how to do that. Throughout today, and we're going to end this live stream right here. Like it works, you know. This was easy when we didn't have that. That awful hole, and that's easy. This is the difficult part here. So I'm going to figure out, because now that I can do with this wire for the positive. You know, I can do that. But for this one, I can't, because this is glued. You know, or maybe I can take it out. Yeah, okay, that's what I'll do. I'll just change the red for the green, and that won't break. You know, that won't break. We'll just twist it, and that's it. Yeah, guys. So I'm gonna head off to dinner, and yeah. So this was a cool experiment. I'm sure that when I change that red wire, which is perfect because it's not affecting the black, so it won't affect the button.
So I just have to change the red for the green, which is it's as thick, but it has way more wires. So that's a no-brainer, and that will work fantastic. And yeah, we'll be able to do it. So tomorrow I'm gonna do that for this one, and I'm gonna quickly show you how I do that for the other one, and that'll be it. Okay, so this is kind of the test live stream. This is not like the official one that people have to follow. This is a mess. So yeah, until tomorrow. Until tomorrow, guys. Yep.